When you need mealtime inspiration, it's worth shopping Kroger, where you'll find over 30,000 mouth-watering choices that excite your inner foodie. And no matter what tasty choice you make, you'll enjoy our everyday low prices, plus extra ways to save, like digital coupons worth over $600 each week. You can also save up to $1 off per gallon at the pump with fuel points. More savings and more inspiring flavors make shopping Kroger worth it every time. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
What is Cafe Mocha? Cafe Mocha is experts, celebrities.
What's up? This is Belle Biv DeVoe.
Yours truly, Idris Elba.
This is Fantasia.
This is In Vogue.
This is India Ari.
So much more. All from a woman's perspective.
What flavor are you, baby?
This is Cafe Mocha.
Cafe Mocha with Lonnie Love, Yo-Yo, and Angelique. Avery Sunshine's got a new album. But first, we're checking in with Lonnie and Yo-Yo on their latest projects. It's Cafe Mocha. What's going on, ladies?
I have some amazing news, ladies. Are you pregnant? You wish. Downright Delicious with Yo-Yo only on Aspire is not only on Aspire anymore. We are on Prime Video. Right. Congratulations. Yes. So now Aspire TV is now going to be on Prime Video. So if you miss a show, you can always go and request it. And you can always go see Downright Delicious, where I'm whipping in that kitchen and every dish that I be making be what? Finger licking. And I'm so excited. We have a season 2 coming up in a couple of months. We're going to be back in New York, filming again in the kitchen, whipping them dishes. And the show has been doing so well. I am so happy to gain a whole new audience. I'm meeting a different audience that I haven't met in my industry life, from music and television, or movies or films. And it feels really good to see someone say, I know you. And I'm like, hip hop? And they're like, no. I'm like, Kilolo? And they're like, no. And I'm like, I don't know where. And they're like, you have a cooking show? And I'm like, I do. Show, and it's such a blessing. So I'm excited to announce that the season 2 coming. And for people who haven't watched the channel yet, you can tune in to Aspire TV, watch me, Downright Delicious, and you can check it out on Prime Video.
And here's the thing. We always talk about, we don't have this, or we're tired of seeing Housewives. Well, you have a bunch of those like Black networks that are offering like BT Plus, Aspire, the Griot. The Griot is a free app. All you have to do is get the app. Fox Soul is a free app. All you have to do is download the app. And they have a lot of great shows. They have a lot of great talk shows. Just like, Yo-Yo was saying with Aspire and her show, there are a lot of quality Black shows that are on. But, people want to complain because, all you got to do is download the app and it's right there on your TV or on your phone.
And you know what I love about these new apps and these new opportunities that people have to express themselves. It's almost like music. Before, you needed a record label to showcase your talent. Nowadays, you don't really need all of that. All you need is an idea, a plan, and a TikTok account. You damn sure need a TikTok account.
Well, the times are just changing. But, a lot of times people ask me, how can you, I want to have my own show. I'm like, you can have your own show. I'm like, you can upload it on YouTube. You can upload the show on TikTok. But I also want to say with that, there are still major studios out here that have money and they have distribution deals. And I want to give a shout out because the example I'm going to use is Megan Thee Stallion. Megan Thee Stallion has signed on as an independent artist, but she signed a historic deal with a distribution company. I believe it's Warner Distribution. And that's the thing. A lot of people go independent, but it's fine to go independent. But if you don't have anybody to distribute the product globally, you can't make money. And you're not going to get your product out. It's a lot of people with films, with all kind of music, but they don't have a distributor. What made Tyler Perry is he was doing his own movies. But when he signed the deal with Lionsgate, they were the ones that the distributor that was putting it in theaters. And
Right.
that's what got it around the country and eventually, you know, around the world. So what Megan Thee Stallion is doing is, as an independent artist, signing, you know, with a distributor. That's what's important. So we still need these big corporations and companies, and we still have to put them to the test because they just can't choose who they want to choose. They have to choose per the demographic. They, you know, it's like Black people, you know, watch TV. They go to the movies all the time.
We spend money. We spend big ad dollars.
They should definitely place some money towards multicultural projects, and it shouldn't just be these small independent networks. It's like it should be. We still have to hold the studios responsible because they're making a lot of money off of people of color. So that's, you know, so that's all I really wanted to say. Because when people say, well, why? I said, well, I really want to go through studios because, you know, I'm old. I ain't going to be doing all that editing for TikTok. I ain't doing all of that. I'm like, my TikToks be messed up. My TikToks be 4 seconds. I'd be like, okay,
you want me to send your niece over there? You want me to send your niece tonight?
There comes 9 of them will come with tape and then, you know, get it all together for me because I'm like, woof. And then James, he don't know how to hold the camera right. So, no, it's just like messed up. It's like, so, but there are still, the point of the studio system is still there and it's there for a reason. And, you know, we are going to see these movies, these superhero movies, stuff like that. They need to make sure that they allot some money to people of color. That's it.
You're absolutely right.
Definitely. But congratulations, yo.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Lynchburg, Virginia. We are opening up our club called Club Truth in Lynchburg, Virginia. So if anybody out there, our new club called Club Truth. Come see me.
Standing in solidarity from a woman's perspective. It's Cafe Mocha.
It's Cafe Mocha. Radio from a woman's perspective. On the line, we have Avery Sunshine, who's got a new album. She's got a tour going on. Avery, welcome back to Cafe Mocha.
Oh, thank you so much, my dear sisters. Angelique, you doing good?
I'm all right. How about you?
I'm jamming. Lonnie and Yo-Yo, y'all doing good?
You know what? We're not doing as good as you because you got your 5th studio album coming this summer called So Glad to Know You. And, you know, let's talk about this. Now, what is this album going to be about? What can we expect?
So, y'all, I will be 49 this year. And I have found that I know less than I thought. Every year I know less than I thought I did. You know what I mean? So, and I'm finally okay with that. Because that just means it gives me opportunity to still figure stuff out. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So glad to know you is I'm glad that I'm getting to know myself. Glad that the folks that have listened to my music, so glad to know them. Glad to know my husband and getting to know him even, you know what I mean, even more. But so what we're doing with this album and something, I've got a 23-year-old, a 22-year-old, and a 21-year-old. We're trying to get the baby out of the house. We're tired of him. But the way they consume music, they were saying, hey, Mom, you should probably put music out often. Don't wait to, 3 years work on a record and then put it out. Start putting music out. So I figured, why not tell my story over the course of a year? So every month, every song from the album, there's going to be a song and a video, like a short little, we're calling it a series, but an episode. So every song will be an episode for So Glad to Know You. And we've already released Lift It Up. And the next one that's going to be released next week is called I Wonder. And they're just simply little episodes into my 48, almost 49-year-old life, enjoying getting to know myself and enjoying figuring it out. I can't cuss on here, can I?
No, you can't.
I got to ask. You see, I'm figuring it out. I got to ask.
It's Cafe Mocha. Her album is called Glad to Know You. I have to ask you about something because I was at the Cincinnati Music Festival and I remember you singing a song called Blackity Black.
am grateful. Blackity Black, one of the songs on the album. We did release that one last year. It was important to me. Again, I talk about my kids. It's important to me that they know how proud I am to be not just Black, but Blackity Black. Those things that make us who we are, like the Blackity Black. When you show up to the house and I'm in the kitchen cooking with my slippers on, and we talking trash around the table, and my mother is offering up anecdotes and the things that make us Black that we thought were negatives. They are the things that are the most glowing, that make us who we are. That Blackity Blackness. So I wanted to honor that. So in the video, one of the episodes, my 85-year-old mother is in it, and my in-laws and my great nieces and nephews are in it. So we can start celebrating those things that we thought were not beautiful. And that I remind my children, your full lips, your kinky hair, that is beauty. That is beauty. Those things that we would consider abnormal, those things that make us what we are, those are beautiful. They're not abnormal. Those are your fingerprints that make you who you are. So again, it was really important for me to make sure I said those words like James Brown said it, or Aretha Franklin would say it. We're proud of who we are. We talk about it. I feel like a lot of times in music, for me certainly, I get caught up talking about my boo and I love you. And but wait a minute. I think I have a responsibility to also say in every room that I am in that, listen, I love who I am. I absolutely love who I am. So that's the Blackity Blackness. Look, the long version of it, I could have shortened it, but
I feel
really,
you.
It's important. You know what's interesting, y'all? I actually did this song, and my folks are from Walterboro, South Carolina, right outside of Charleston. So we did a show there last year, and I did Blackity Black. And would you believe a lady emailed me and said, listen, we didn't pay you to be an activist on stage. It would have been better had you just sung and not talked about it. So y'all know I had to bless her in email. Y'all really know that, right? Okay. I could not believe, but which let me know even further, y'all. It is incumbent upon us to let people know. I am not going to keep setting myself on fire to keep everybody else warm. I'm not doing it.
I agree with you. It's Cafe Mocha on the line, Avery Sunshine. We're talking about her new album, So Glad to Know You. As an artist, Avery Sunshine, do you feel it's a responsibility to talk about social issues and what's going on with the culture?
Absolutely. I've got people listening to me. I've got people who tell me, listen, y'all, if there's two people that are tuning in or coming to my shows, I have a responsibility to them to tell the truth. And so absolutely, the truth is, like I was saying earlier, how I'm proud of being a Black woman. I'm proud of being a middle-aged Black woman. I'm proud of being a college graduate. I'm proud that I grew up in the hood. I think that it is important for us to talk about all those things because people are listening and are inspired, and folks are trying to figure out what their next moves are. A lot of times based on what they are getting from the people that they're watching and listening to.
Definitely.
And so it is absolutely important. Absolutely.
Let's talk about your tour. Do you ever get tired of touring? And what are your shows like?
Oh, do I get tired of touring? No. And look, when that pandemic hit, I was really not tired of touring. You know what I mean? Look, that's when we realized I was complaining when we were on the road, like, Lord, I just want to be in my bed. And then the pandemic hit, and I was like, Lord, I didn't mean to say that, because now I've been in the house in my bed for 3 years. I'm ready to go. So be careful what you wish for, right? So no, I yet again getting to know myself and figuring it out, and I'm grateful to be touring. And I'm sure you can tell my shows are just like I am right now. Like I've been drinking 72 ounces of coffee, and just excited. I will tell you this, y'all. I am grateful to do what I do. It is not brain surgery. I know I'm not, ain't nobody, life on the line by, whether I do a show or not, but I am honored to be able to share this little bit of light that God has given me to share. So
But it's
show,
important, though. I think it's important to have positive, uplifting music, and it's creative women and beautiful women like yourselves that, that make it possible. And something else you're making possible is that you have a makeup line, Lou Mac Beauty. Let's talk about that.
Yes, Lou Mac Beauty, named for my great-grandmother, Jemima Bodison, Jemima Lou Bodison Mac. And that's a name, ain't it? She was a single, and I in short, she was a single mother. She was a Pentecostal preacher. She was a landowner, business owner, and she was doing it all by herself. And there's one photo which was part of the inspiration for doing this makeup line that I have of my great-grandmother, of her holding a little white baby. Now, I don't have any photos of my great-grandmother with my grandmother or with my mother, but there's this one black and white photo of my great-grandmother holding a white baby. And one of my great aunts, God rest her soul, said to me, she said, your great-grandmother was taking care of other people's children so that she could take care of your grandmother. It was an arresting moment for me when I look at that photo, and she doesn't have a stitch of makeup on, but I look at her lips, and my lips look just like hers, and my hips look just like hers. And y'all, for the better part of my life, I was afraid to wear bright lipstick on my lips because I thought my lips were too big. Y'all hear me? So I look at this photo with my great-grandmother taking care of somebody else's children while her daughter was, and I'm ashamed of these lips that are hers. Y'all, I made a pact with myself. Listen, you're going to show off these lips every chance you get, and you're going to go ahead and create this line, and every color is going to be bright, and that's going to be that people going to know that you love those lips. And if there's anybody who is ashamed, or they don't feel good about what they look like, here it is. I'm going to celebrate it with you. However they look, they're perfect because God made them and they're yours. So that's really what the bigger picture of what Lou Mac is, to inspire and remind us how dope we are.
It's Cafe Mocha talking to Avery Sunshine. How do people get tickets? Because I didn't see them on Ticketmaster.
We're working on that. Listen, you can go to my website and we'll have links, averysunshine.com. We will have links to the tickets there. And I'm so glad that you asked. This is something that artists are dealing with right now. Folks are buying all the tickets up and reselling them. And so we're having real trouble with that. If you want my tickets, go to my website and we will direct you to the right place to get tickets. Y'all, I was trying to get tickets from my mother. Oh, and let me add this really quickly. I was just elected chapter governor, one of the chapter governors for the Recording Academy in Atlanta. Oh, nice. So one of the things, I just got back from the Grammys, it's amazing, all that good stuff. And one of the things that we were talking about is making sure that everybody is aware. When you go to buy tickets, make sure you see what that link is, because we don't notice it sometimes. You just see Ticketmaster, you go on and it says Ticket Monster. So that is not what I that's not what I clicked on. Y'all, they are, upwards of, if let's just say my tickets are $50 a piece, you can find some of my tickets for $750. Well, I said, I ain't going to see no Avery Sunshine for no $750. You must be crazy. So we're finding that that's a real issue. So we're working. We're doing a lot of conversations with the Recording Academy about how we can get involved and make sure that people are not being taken advantage of, and that we're not losing as artists because people aren't buying the tickets. So thank you for asking. Go to averysunshine.com, and the proper link will be on my website for sure.
And look out for her new album, So Glad to Know You. It's been so great catching up with you, Miss Sunshine. Keep doing it, sister.
I love y'all. Thank you for always taking time, and keep shining, all right?
You too.
Bye,
Congratulations. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
We're at Cafe Mocha Radio. Socially savvy on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Serving up more Cafe Mocha on the way.
Okay, y'all.
Sisters in Solidarity, a celebration of girl groups for Black Music Month, hosted by the award-winning funky divas In Vogue.
It's Cindy Herron from In Vogue with this Black Music Month Spotlight. From the Bay, they were ahead of their time. Style and musical trendsetters for every girl group that followed. With 3 Grammy Awards and 2 American Music Awards, they were one of the first girl groups to have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
We're really hard workers, and we go out there and we take our job very seriously.
With hits like Automatic, Jump, He's So Shy, and I'm So Excited. We celebrate the Pointer Sisters, our sisters in solidarity.
Girl groups who shape the fabric of contemporary music and soundtracks of our lives. Be sure to join the hashtag Ladies in Solidarity Music Challenge on Instagram. To experience more, visit cafemocharadio.com. Brought to you by...
It's time to embrace you, your melanin-rich skin, and its unique beauty needs.
When you get over the age of 50, you definitely have to start using things on your skin.
I Know is made specifically to address maturing skin conditions. All of the I Know products provide highly effective natural ingredients dedicated to delivering proven results.
The best advice my mother gave me, take care of your skin now so to take care of you later.
I Know, your beauty solution for maturing skin.
Standing in solidarity from a woman's perspective. It's Cafe Mocha.
It's Cafe Mocha. Angelique along with Yo-Yo on the line. She's the problem. I'm just kidding. The name of the album is I'm the Problem. She just got off a 21 city tour. K. Michelle is joining us. Welcome to Cafe Mocha. You haven't been here before, have you?
No, I haven't.
Well, you got to play with us. Tell us about the album.
Yes. Yes, I'm excited to be here. Thank y'all for having me.
Tell us about the album, I'm the Problem. First of all, the title, I'm the Problem.
Yeah. Yes, I'm poking. You know, I'm just kind of poking. Since I got in the game, I've always been very outspoken, and I might have been more outspoken than people would like, but like through years, and being in the game for now, like on tour, we celebrated 10 years in the game.
Okay.
And just being through all of that and going through it, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna name the album I'm the Problem, because no matter how much you grow, and no matter how much you show, it's still going to be people who are going to remind you of the mistakes that you have made, you know, in your life. So instead of just, you know, running from no, and trying to always explain yourself, I'm going to let you think what you need to think. And I'm going to do what I need to do.
I love the title, first of all, because, of course, I've, you know, been able to be one of your castmates on Love and Hip Hop. And Problems, it seems like, followed Love and Hip Hop artists and, you know, forever. I think it's just because the world sees you in a different light. When you say I am the problem, what was the problem? What do you feel was the problem?
I think it was growing pains. I don't think there's a manual on how to become a woman, or you know, like a manual on how to get thrown into the public eye. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And how you're supposed to react and supposed to feel. And I feel like a lot of my problems that I had in the industry, I remember when I spoke out about my abuse, and it was so crazy. I never thought that I would become the problem for speaking on my abuse. And I think that was my first hatred that started to build up in me. Like, I didn't have an awful life and things like that. I didn't have hate for people or hate for things. How
did you learn to let it go?
Like, I haven't. If you want me to be honest with you, I don't let it beat me up every day. But like doing interviews now for the album, I realize that I'm still triggered by some of the questions or some of the things that, have happened in the business. I might have thought I was over them, but maybe I was just tucked away. And, I didn't really want to come out in public or sing or be bothered. So maybe that healing that I thought I had to heal that hate, maybe I thought maybe it's not healing. Maybe you were just numb and away from things.
Yeah, maybe
like
it's part of your journey.
Like,
you're being so fearless doing this country music. I mean, that's pushing through right there. You've gotten a lot of criticism. You've gotten a lot of people not really digging. I mean, how's that been on going country?
Oh, I love the song, by the way. If I'm telling you the truth, thank you. But if I'm saying the truth, even about country, we like to beat each other up as a race, and we beat each other down so badly. It's like once one thing happens with us in the African American community, the first thing we want to holler is cancel. Yeah. I watch other cultures and different things still stick together, even when they know they're wrong. For so long, I was told I could not sing country because of basically, I guess, how they thought a country singer supposed to look. It can't be because of how I grew up, because that's exactly who I am and grew up. And going into country, it's always my people that tell me a lot that I couldn't do country. Also, don't get it twisted. It's not a lot of us in country music.
Right.
I had never completely walked into that. I was just told I was going to have a hard time. And for the past 2 years, I've been just creating a project there, paying my dues, starting over as a new artist. And the country music industry has been so embracing and healing for me. They have been there. It's been about my talent. It's been not about, they don't know about no love and hip hop. They don't care. Like, it's only been based in my talent in Nashville. Right. And that's been kind of one of the happiest moments for me. Like, for Dolly Parton, she wrote me a record. I have a record on my album from Dolly. Billy Ray Cyrus took me in. My other idol, Leanne Womack, that's my favorite. And she came to my home. We went out to dinner. She's like a mentor. The Judds, the Rolling Stones, just announced that I'm on the Judds tribute album with Jelly Roll and Dolly Parton and Reba McEntire. And I grew up, the first tape I ever got in my entire life was the Judds. And it's a full circle moment for me for Naomi to pass, God rest her soul, for her, Naomi to pass. And my favorite song that I ever have sang that made me want to be a country singer, what are the chances that I would be singing it years later for the artist tribute album who's passed, that particular song? Wow. Right. I think that's crazy. Like, I didn't ask for that record. I didn't even ask for it. Like, how do you
full circle moment?
Like, yeah. So I'm hyped, y'all. Like, it's a whole community of African Americans in Nashville who are really fighting and trying to pave the way, and that get overlooked from their own. And it's a whole community, like, and they're really talented and amazing. So I just feel like I kind of entered into a tribe right now that is good for me.
I love it. I love it for you. I love it for you. I love it for you. And I've been watching some of the videos.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the man with the things. I said, what are those on his chest?
What?
What are you milking them?
Oh no, look, so that, can I tell you something? You know how, like, okay, they'll come with the ideas, do the video. I'm the girl that'll say, oh, that was a little miss. Like, you gonna have your little
let's put the men in there.
See, I wanted to milk the man, and ended up didn't really get to fully milk the man, because, I'm like into farms, I'm on a farm right now. Everything. So I was like, I'm not leaving, even for my R&B album, I'm not leaving the farm. Right. We got to shoot R&B right here on the farm. So it was all these ideas to get it. But I think I should have left that shot alone.
Here's your dose of espresso. Strong, hot news now.
This is The Espresso. Congresswoman Maxine Waters says it's time for this country to deal with affordable housing.
We have too many people who are on the street sleeping on the ground every night. Here in LA County, we're talking about 70,000 people. In this country, we're talking about 656,000. Housing is a problem.
It's been 8 years since Rihanna released an album, and it doesn't seem like she's any closer to releasing new music, but she did say this.
There should be a show of growth, right? And I want to play, and I feel like music is a playground, and I want to have fun with it and show truly where I'm at.
This week, WNBA star Brittany Griner sat down with Robin Roberts to talk about her time in a Russian prison.
The mattress had a huge blood stain on it. I had no soap, no toilet paper. That was the moment where I just felt less than a human.
The 2020 special with Brittany Griner is currently streaming on Hulu. That's The Espresso.
This is Cafe Mocha. Radio from a woman's perspective.
Cafe Mocha, we're on the line with K. Michelle. I want to shift gears right now and talk about my killer body.
Give me body.
How did that come about? And talk about the show a little bit.
Well, I went through a lot of stuff with my body because I had silicone. And I knew so many girls that were doing it in the business, and then it was starting to grow outside of the business. This one guy, like, he was getting to everybody. Like, I mean, all of your favorite people, rappers, actresses, everybody, all went to this one guy. So I just started having all of these symptoms and things like that. The doctors didn't know what was wrong with me. They was running all types of blood work, and they told me I had lupus. And for 2 weeks, me and my mom, whole family cried and, just praying. They did another panel. That panel came back and said I didn't have lupus. So I was happy I didn't have lupus, but I also was like, well, tell me what's wrong with me.
Right.
And I realized it was like, is anything that you've done, I said, oh, well, I got these butt shots. Like, I did that, but I had did it like 6 years ago, Right. Mm-hmm. I was like, I got these butt shots. And they was like, butt shots? Like, it really, doctors still was like, what? They thought I was talking about implants.
Mm-hmm.
So they called for an MRI, y'all, and the whole inside of my body, you could see the foreign substance. It was black. My MRI was black.
Wow.
And everything was black in me. So they immediately, started to read. My doctor now, I love him to death. My general doctor, he started to just kind of panic and, read and try to see. I don't even know how to treat this or what this is. So we found there was a doctor. He found a doctor, and the truth was, you cannot. Once you put silicone in your body, free floating silicone, you'll never get it out of your system. You have to live with it the rest of your life.
Wow.
The only thing you can do, because it's motor oil in your body, you can't it's not in a bag to pull it out. So the only thing you do is cut it out of you, in chunks and in pieces and in things. So I was very open about it, and I wanted to do something. And my dear friend Jesse Collins and Dion reached out and said, why don't you tell your story so you can help people? And I was so happy. And they had also checked on me through 13 surgeries to live. One of the times I almost passed away. I was rushed for blood transfusions. My mother was sitting there. They didn't know what. I was super weak because my body was going through back to back, being put to sleep, up and down, back to back. It was just bad. And so I didn't want people to go through that. So I didn't care who laughed or who wanted to make it a joke or thought that it wasn't serious until they actually saw. But I was determined that I was going to tell every woman. So I started answering emails from every woman that I got and could while I was on bed rest. And then the TV show came.
And what's been the response to it?
Oh, I felt like a street doctor. Because every day, it's an everyday thing for me. Like, I can't go anywhere without, can you please help me? I can't open up my emails without at least 50 to 100 women, honestly.
Cafe Mocha, we're on the line with K. Michelle.
Is it the wrong doctor or it's just no to plastic surgery? Is it, what is it?
Wrong doctor. I'm not against plastic surgery, and I like to always put that out there. It's about knowing what you're getting into, accepting the consequences of what it is that can happen. For me, I didn't even go to a doctor. What I don't think people understand is butt shots are not surgery. Butt shots are someone with a product injecting them. Even though this guy, in Colombia and certain places, they are legal, not in the U.S. So when I went, I still spent, a good amount of money. And I knew I was using the best. Like, when I say, like, if y'all knew these people, like, the best shapes, the best. So they didn't know how to treat that. That wasn't like you went into the doctor and died on the table, or had that lipo. This is a procedure that most women are suffering from right now, guys, that is not even legal and is not even done in a hospital. So I just thought people kind of needed to know. And now people are very aware and alert and scared, to perform that and to do that.
What do you think about this craze with the Brazilian butt lifts? I know you said you're not against plastic surgery, but what do you think about the craze of not just celebrity women, but everyday women feeling like they have to go do this to be competitive?
I would say the pressure of being competitive is real. I'm definitely not opposed to the Brazilian butt lifts or whatever. You should know your doctor. What you also should know is your health. If I have to go into any surgery, even then, because it was so much, you should have, I would say, get at least 2 to 3 doctors to check your heart, your EKGs, and to make sure everything is okay with your blood and everything like that before you go and do it. Running off to a foreign country because it's cheaper and running off where they're going to quickly tell you can get on the table because they want your money, that isn't it. If this is something you want to do, you can't just take the cheapest route when it comes to your body because you don't get but one.
And I remember the time when it was just, artists who felt like they had a reason to do it. They're on stage. They have this look they have to, keep up. To have so many everyday women doing it.
Yeah. And
you've been in the game such a long time and now moving into a whole decade of other women. Now you have young kids coming up. Do you, from loving hip hop to, your body change and all of, do you feel like there's a part of you that wants to say, to the young girls that it's going to continue to change, you don't really need it, or you know what I mean? Because now that we know how influential we are to the society, especially our communities.
You know what? I do. If you always like a catch a live or like an interview, I've been very big. I still, like in my shows, like it's crazy. Like in my shows, I still have. I think because of the topic I sing about, I still have 20-year-olds. And I always tell them, you beautiful, like nothing's wrong with you, this and that. But we all on this phone can be honest and say, you can try to teach, you can try to preach. That does not mean that these women or men doing it are going to listen to you. I was hard-headed. I had to experience what I experienced. I tell them the dangers, and I also speak on, like my friends who ain't got no surgery. When I tell you they so fine and pretty. When I say like just body, just like smooth and natural, that natural grown woman on them. Yeah, I be looking at them like, dang, I wish I didn't have any surgery. Or I wish I, didn't have to do or whatever. So I do say it. I say it often. I do not glorify surgery, but I do speak on my beliefs on not being fully against it and what you need to do. But I also speak very often on, I promise you, give yourself some years, to fill in and look. I promise you, you're not going to want it.
We've been loving her for a long time. K. Michelle, new album, I'm the Problem. I'm the Problem. Tell them where they can find you and the new single and album.
You guys can find me at K. Michelle Music. I've just been putting out a lot of singles just because it is my last R&B album. So you can listen to Blame Yourself everywhere, all on Apple. and different places. And I'll be seeing y'all soon on a new TV show. I can't wait to see you.
Thank you.
I love y'all. Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you. Love you too. Thank you so much, K. Michelle. Congratulations.
Cafe Mocha sending a family of 4 on a European Disney cruise for 7 nights. Go to cafemocharadio.com, click on the Disney banner, and get registered. Registration ends June 24th. That's the show. You can find us on all platforms at Cafe Mocha Radio. Cafe Mocha is a production of Miles Ahead Broadcasting in partnership with Super Radio. Executive producer Sheila Eldridge. For comments, booking, or more information, visit cafemocharadio.com.
Okay, y'all. Sisters in Solidarity, a celebration of girl groups for Black Music Month, hosted by the award-winning funky divas In Vogue.
Hey, it's Terry Ellis from In Vogue with this Black Music Month Spotlight. They are true sisters in the spirit who helped bring gospel music into the mainstream. With 3 Grammy Awards, 16 albums, and millions in sales, they are the highest-selling female gospel group in history.
When you're just faithful over the gift that God has given unto you, He can continue to allow you to move forward.
With hits like Is My Living in Vain, You Brought the Sunshine, and Pure Gold, we celebrate the Clark sisters, our sisters in solidarity.
Girl groups who shape the fabric of contemporary music and soundtracks of our lives. Be sure to join the hashtag Ladies in Solidarity Music Challenge on Instagram. To experience more, visit cafemocharadio.com. Brought to you by...
It's time to embrace you, your melanin-rich skin, and its unique beauty needs.
When you get over the age of 50, you definitely have to start using things on your skin.
I Know is made specifically to address maturing skin conditions. All of the I Know products provide highly effective natural ingredients dedicated to delivering proven results.
The best advice my mother gave me, take care of your skin now so to take care of you later.
I Know, your beauty solution for maturing skin.